Alright guys, we're here at the Dole's Expo Center for the Chantilly Card Show. Fortunately this morning my flight was delayed about 4 to 5 hours. So we only have 4 hours today at the show before I have to fly back home to Orlando. I'm gonna make the most of it, gonna run around the room and try to find a few different deals.
A whole collection of 19th century non-sport.
I'll take a look real quick for sure. See if anything spots out.
I don't know if you have any interest. Did we talk about the N173 checklist?
I don't think so.
I got one of those.
I'm not sure, man. Actually, I know someone building out the set. The smokers. Oh, they got some writing. That's fine. Let me just check real quick which ones he needs. All right, so these are the ones that I went through. I had to go really fast. We don't have a lot of time here. But creator of the Statue of Liberty, one of the most famous generals during the Civil War, you might know, is Sherman March to the Sea, and then Peter Jackson. First up in the Hess set, and also 1890 or 1894 Mayos. Still dispute the 1890 year, so we're gonna get these three. What did you have on them?
What's that?
What did you have on them?
25, 50, 175, 205.
185?
What?
185? There you go. That's alright. That works out. Gets you back. Perfect. Thank you.
You got it. Thank you.
How's it going? That's cool. You don't see them that often with the reversed backs. That is cool. Great find with that. These over here, you had 1675 on it. Was that sticker or total at that?
It was $12.95 here, and this was, I think it's $5.50.
Okay.
I forget why I didn't write it down. I'm pretty sure it's $5. I think this part was $5.50. Yeah, this part was $5.50.
If you missed your photo op with Art Monk, you need to make your way over to the photo op booth at this time.
That was a little about
If you missed your
3 percentage points higher than this.
Oh yeah, because you have a Hornsby there and Alexander. I understand on that.
Thank you.
I think it was like 15 off and
Okay.
12
Cool. And then,
off
yeah.
roughly.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. So I got to fly today, trying to make deals as fast as possible. 73 Kellogg's Nolan Ryan. Then we have a 68 Clemente. This is a different back than the one I recently picked up, so I got to research these a little bit more. A Venny Hornsby in a 5 MK. Has a little bit of a mark over here on the back. I know the camera's not really picking it up that well, but you just don't see high grades. 1922 E121 Hornsby. Alexander. Then 1915 Caramel Clark, lower end Hall of Famer. Bancroft, lower end Hall of Famer. And then a 69 OPG Bob Gibson. 1675 total. Sometimes you just see them cut off too. I know that's a little cut off there, but
they didn't go across the dotted line.
oh yeah. Well, you also don't see these that often though.
Yeah.
Too. That's really cool. Let me do some research real quick on that. And I know you have your 64 Cons Rose too, right? It's 64, I think, right?
Yeah, it's the 64. Tops the 4.
Oh, you don't see those that often. Sudden on that Anros.
I think Don Sutton may be on that too. It's the Hall of Fame.
I might have some interest in that one. Oh yeah, no. I'm the same way. I have so much like weird stuff that people don't see, and it's always fun with the conversations on those.
Like in Chicago, I have the 69 Top Super.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah.
I'll bring those out, and I'll bring out, I got really clean 64 Top stand-ups.
Oh yeah, those are tough too.
You know, the yellow green. You know,
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because those chip very easily, and there's a few short prints in there too. Koufax is always super expensive. I think he's a short print in there. I could be wrong though. There's Koufax and there's another Hall of Famer that's a short print.
There's a lot of short prints. There's about at least a dozen.
Could you do 11 cash on this?
Yeah, I only deal with cash. What I said 13.
You said 13, yeah. We were pretty close on there.
12.50.
12.50. You mean at 12?
A
little bit.
12 and a quarter.
I'll do 12 and a quarter.
12 and a quarter. Cash, yeah. Okay.
Can I take a look at your Thorpe 2.5? Could you do 250 on the pair?
I'm sure we can get close. If not, do that. Do this.
Found this in the bargain bin, so we're also going to grab this over here. You watched our Cuban baseball card interview. We talked about this player over here. He had like a 30 or 40 year baseball career between some of the different leagues. Got the 54 Willie Mays and that classic 55 Thorpe, 290 total. Just got that up.
It's dog's head tobacco. I mean, just stupid rare. I think those were issued in Australia.
Really?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. Never seen that.
I think he was a boxer, and a short-lived boxer, and then then became a referee.
This is really cool too. Women's baseball players. I never seen that before.
You saw the Imperial Cabinet.
Yeah, your cabinet.
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
That is so cool. And we got more old judges over here too.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. There are those. All right, before I forget, because I'm doing a horrible job with footage.
You're fine.
All right. So you guys know Ian possibly on the channel, UK collector, collects Russells. So I'm gonna try working on a deal with these a little bit later. Some pretty cool stuff. The Yum Yums that you don't see all the time between the Axe and Bravos. These are beautiful cards. So not closing this today, but we'll finalize this deal hopefully at the National. But I just want to show you some cool cards that you don't see all the time. But this is the stack that we're working on right now, and we're gonna close out the deal. So two prices we've graded so far on. So 1948 Swill Jackie Robinson. This is really cool on here, right? So we're at 24 on this. And then I'm helping a collector build out the set, the blue 1932 Caramel Presents. If you have any, hit me up. I've created quite a few of these since the SGC reveals, but you needed that one, so we got this one for 60. But we have all of these also over here, and we'll be closing a deal. Some of these are gonna be PC non-sport, some of them may have for sale, but we'll see what ends up happening at the very end. Final deal of the show, and we're closing that out. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Ryan. Great seeing you
again.
again.
As well.
Yep.
So we ended up picking up this lot for $3,700. So I'll show you guys actually in a second, because I'm gonna be home and showing you all the pickups from this card show. And some of the stuff will be going my PC. Some of this will be for sale, but actually, real quick, really happy because I've been searching for that card forever and glad to have it. Alfred Noble. Yeah. All right. Pickups from the show.
You're asking over eBay for it. You're asking over eBay for it.
Over eBay?
Well, you
This one
did
did
6.5.
I mean,
You got
I'm just
7.
putting 7K. That's just a show price.
Yeah.
All right, let me know what you can do. So these all came from over here, and then these were all bargain bin.
This came out to 120. How about $100 bucks?
$100 there, okay. And then how much on those?
Crap, everything without a.
Well, none of them in the bargain had any
I
prices.
just found it. I bought this guy's collection.
Did he have any slab vintage or no?
He kept that.
He kept. Oh, got it. So he just
It
gave
was low
singles.
grade, 5.5.
Got it. No worries.
I'll do 175.
I'll do 175. Sweet. Here's this. For the plank and Lajoie, do you think you could get that 1325 on the pair?
Let me just check. Yeah. Let me just check.
Sounds good. Sweet, I appreciate it.
I usually price it at, I know immediately I can take.
Let me know what I owe you on that.
25 for you, buddy.
25, let's do it.
What about that? Yeah, that's
All right, so we just closed a bigger bulk deal. 2,800 for the slot. You guys can check it out. All this is gonna go to consignment, but ended up purchasing it. And you know, it's your typical 50s through 70s. Mid to upper end Hall of Famers, and we'll go through all this a little bit later tonight. So we just closed this deal out with Redbeard. We're here. It's day number 2 and a big mantle lot. So you can see comped everything out on this side of things. Got it for 1,900 total. And I'll show you guys these a lot closer a little bit later. But just your hodgepodge of 60s mantles that I always get asked for. And also this 55 Bowman top. But this will be my last deal at the show. I spent hardly too much this weekend, and I'll show you the pickups back at home.
An Otani rookie card. Alan Ginter, it says Japan over here for World Talent. 2 Devers rookie cards over here. These are like blue purples from Heritage. I think purple on those. Then a gold refractor, Andrew Jones. These weren't numbered back then. Actually, it's not specifically a gold. I think that was the color of that year, 2002, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 2002. Looks like it, to be honest with you. But Andrew Jones, people think he'll make the Hall of Fame one day. It's like a 50-50 case. I personally think he should be in. Really good defensive, and he had well over 400 home runs. And then over here, Todd Helton, number 200. I think I'll make the Hall of Fame one day. So, okay. So that was some of the modern bargain bin stuff. And I know you guys don't like that as much, but we'll continue moving on. So as you guys can see, the O-Pee-Chee logo, it is a Bob Gibson. I thought this one looked pretty nice overall. These don't really sell that often. So there's that. And we'll just go through these. 1915 Fred Clark. I figured if you get a Hall of Famer under like $400, it's worth it. Now this is a one all day long. Obviously corners and a lot of wrinkles and stuff like that, but still, man, nice pickup on that side of things. Then a Grover Alexander, very, very popular. Peter Jackson, this is a silver on this side of things. And within the set, there's 2 like really short printed cards. I forget who they are on the top of my head, but they're pretty cool. And the short printed cards are very expensive. Picked this up for one of our customers. He's building out the blue set. I always say, if you have any, hit me up. But this is Andrew Jackson. Not a bad looking copy also, probably about a 3 or so. And this is going to go in our SGC sub, which if you have stuff to send in also, hit us up. We're going to be dropping off in person now, which is pretty nice. George Washington on that side of things. Super beat up, but it's a George Washington. This is going into my PC. So this is a 1920s Wilbur Wright. Don't know anything about this card. It's printed in Barcelona, so we know it is Spanish. And if anyone wants to translate that back, let me know. So I'd be actually pretty interested to see what it says. But I thought the imagery on this was really, really cool. And it's like, all right, I got to buy this. And I did. John Logan. I'm not too familiar with John Logan, but N151s are very tough to find. So grab that one. We have a Winston Churchill here. This is a later, I think 1915. But the only reason why I picked this up is it's a scissor back. And if you're familiar with some of the boxing cards by Wills, Scissor backs go for a big premium, and there's like a few different back colors on these. I don't know like what back color is the rarest. This is a green back. I think there's also a red or a black back, which is common for like European releases. Sometimes they have multiple back colors, and they all have different scarcities. I don't think it's like uniform across the board. What is uniform is if you have the scissors advertisement on the back, it is. So I do pick up a lot of Winston Churchill stuff. So that's pretty cool with that. This one I really liked. Over here, Grover Cleveland N151. That's another one I really like. So I have the Allen and Ginter Statue of Liberty. Very, very tough card to find. This is the Lone Jack. And this guy created the Statue of Liberty. So I'm going to pair these together. The Statue of Liberty, the back is gone. So I need to see if I can get that slabbed up. SGC doesn't grade those anymore. I think, and the technical term is skinned. I think CSG does, so I might have to send it to CSG at the National. But this one will eventually go into one of the SGC subs, and we'll pair them together. So yeah, just one of those Lone Jacks. And I have another one in this specific set. So this set, I believe, also had baseball players in it. Could be wrong. But I have a Mark Twain, but the bottom over here cut off. And Twain's expensive. It's like $1,200. I paid $50 for my trimmed Twain. So yeah, these do not go to market all the time. Andrew Jackson, Duke N76. So I didn't have that in my N76s. I'm not building the full set by any means like that, but I definitely wanted one. And I don't know if this is trimmed or if it's just cut wrong. It kind of looks trimmed to me, but again, could be wrong. I'll have to measure it up a little bit later, but even way, like an A was worth it for this price. I mean, it looks pretty nice, right? Dave Bancroft. This card actually presents really, really well on this side of things. See that? A little bit of rounding of corners, but it's not too bad overall. Probably like a mid-grade. You have Jake Kilrain. Lost to John L. Sullivan. Another one I didn't have in my Churchill PC. So this is a Cohen Weenan. I have another Cohen Weenan, but it's like a very colorful card. It's called The Color. But this is the black version on this. And there's two different versions of this. There's a 250 series and 500 for subjects. So this is the 250. I picked that one up, and I'm just going to be looking for 500 still. But I love the imagery on this one, and super, super tough one to get. I'm still probably down to at least 5 more Churchills to get from the early 1900s that I want. It just, when they get the market, sometimes they are expensive, or also it takes years to find them. So kind of cool on that side of things. And yeah, I need to upgrade this one. It's going to be a 1 all day long. But you know what? At least I have a starting point within my collection. We picked up this Swell Jackie Robinson. Front visually looks really nice. I will say on the back, it has a little paper loss, unfortunately. So I think this is a 1.5 all day long, especially for the eye appeal for the front side of things. But yeah, there is that one. Earhart, I lost on her 8 on PWCC. I was really sad on that one. Cried a little bit, but this is a 1 over here. I have a 2 in my PC, but I want to upgrade that too. Sherman, if you're familiar with the Sherman's March to Sea, one of the more famous generals in the North. Very, very good on that side of things. If you're not familiar with them, read up on his March to Sea. It's one of the most important events during the Civil War. This is a Duke N78, and there's quite a few different generals in there. It's a whole set based off of the Civil War, which if you think about for the timing side, right, this was distributed in 1888, so not long after. And I just love the imagery on this set too. The N76s, 78s, and 79s. Duke did such a good job on the type of stuff. This is a card I purchased, and I had no knowledge on this. So first off, like Boris Karloff, like he's very, very famous on like the horror side of things, obviously being the first Frankenstein. But like a lot of his cards are common. The reason why I purchased this one is because of cricket cards. So I'm like 95% sure this was distributed out of Australia, and some of the licorice cards are tough to find in cricket. So I assumed that with the acting side of things, they would also be very tough to find. And did I maybe overpay? Maybe. I could have underpaid also. I have no idea what this would be worth around. But I love the image on it too. It's a little creepy. And being Australian release, these you just don't find them all the time. So I said, all right, let's buy that card. Pretty cool, right? And then a Napoleon. This is a tougher pose for him in the Ogden series. Some of the poses are very common, but this one is not. And then a card that I searched years for, man, is Alfred Nobel. So if you guys are familiar with the Nobel Prize, that is the guy. So they named it after him. And yeah, one of the last tougher Ogdens that I still need to grab. He only has one in Series C, so they just do not pop up all the time. And like I said, that's my favorite for the Guinea Golds. Just the imagery really, really pops in person. So there are those. And some more bargain bin stuff. We'll just go through these really fast. I never in my life would have thought 52s were in a bargain bin. But there they were on that side of things. So pick those up. I think we had like 7 or something like that. We'd leave football, banks, rows. And I'll just go through these really fast. Not a bad one there. Not a bad one there. And then just that. Stengel, black and white, and Don Drysdale. So Modern Dealer bought a vintage collection. And yeah, you definitely go through those bargain bins with that side of things. All right. I'm going to save this stack for last because I think there's some better cards in there. And we'll just fly through these. Brock, Yogi Berra, Hank Aaron, Clemente, Mays, Clemente, Koufax, Ricky, Gibson, Clemente, Perez, 61 Mantle, 69 Mantle 6, and a 57 Banks. And let's move on to the last stack. And yeah, I went pretty fast through these, but you see this stuff all the time. All right, so this is the fun stuff, and I think we'll throw those in the back over here. We'll just shuffle them up. Jim Thorpe, 2.5. Then Atlantic Oil, Roberto Clemente. I actually have one of these raw, but a different back. It has the rules versus this imagery on the back. I don't know it's rare, so if you guys know, let me know, or if they're about the same. This is going to be an upgrade for me. I think I could be wrong, right? But I think I have a Roosevelt in a 2, but this is a 3. Again, could be wrong, but yeah. So there's that. Hornsby, you don't see Vennies and 5s that often. Now it does have like one single mark. Like, come on, why would he do that? But at the same time, if it had that, probably would not be buying that card. So, very cool. Just cheaper Nolan Ryan. Very famous Cuban player. A lot of people think he should be in the Hall of Fame one day. So it'll be interesting to see. Hornsby. Nice Lincoln. I'll throw into my PC. I think this is 1888. Well, yeah, I mean, it has that right there. So 1888 on that. Kind of like the die cuts they have in baseball. Cosmos Owens. And then lastly, these two E93s, pretty tough. We got a Nap Lajoie and also an Eddie Plank. Eddie Plank, famous for his T206, one of the big 4. Probably the second most expensive card in that set. And then Nap over here. So those are all the pickups. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you're not subscribed, make sure to do so. Our next card show is going to be the National, which is super exciting. But it'll be nice to have like a month off just to catch up on different things like that. So not a ton of content will be coming out on that side of things. Maybe a few SGC reveals and things like that. But super excited for the National. And if you guys are going, I will see you there. I'll be there, I think, Thursday through Saturday or Sunday. Haven't fully decided yet, but I'll catch you at the show.